Most of the people prefer living near Europe's beaches or coastal areas due to the recreational activities, ocean tides, sea breezes, and warm sand, and more. But the continent offers much more than that. There are many equally appealing towns in its interior parts. The towns mentioned in this video are all landlocked, enclosed by land or confined to fresh water by some river or lake. But bear in mind, some of these towns are hidden gems off the beaten path, so they might lack some modern day services like internet, but then again they provide a more authentic traditional side of Europe, which is unspoiled by overdevelopment or mass tourism. Furthermore, all of them vary in size. Some of them are relatively small with a high cost of living, while others pose a city feel without big city cost. So without further ado, here are 15 landlocked towns to live in Europe temporarily. Number 15. Alcañiz, Spain. Nestled on the bend of a river, Alcañiz has the influence of Romans, Arabic, and French civilizations. It boasts a plethora of historical buildings and a unique natural settings. It is home to the 12th century Gothic castle of Los Calatravos, which has now been converted into a lovely hotel. It's not a town that attracts a lot of foreigners, but in recent years, many Irish, Brit, and, surprisingly, Canadians have started buying property near its vicinity. The climate in this region is harsh in comparison to the rest of Spain, but it's perfect for those who are hailing from a colder area. Also, its proximity to Valencia and Zaragoza, as well as other towns, makes it ideal because you have the safe, fun, small town feel, but you can easily escape to the big city for a day trip. Number 14. Carpentras, France. Carpentras is a town where the natural, historical, and architectural heritages are prominent. It houses a varied architectural heritage which is waiting to be discovered. Strolling in its streets will allow you to discover the wealth of its history. It's an ideal place to stay to explore the region, which has inspired great artists and botanists due to its beautiful and natural setting. On top of all this, the town is very active economically. An important business park lies near, which represents more than 150 companies. Additionally, it's home to stunning stone houses that are full of character. These properties were built during the 19th and 20th centuries. Most of the people who buy them restore them in a traditional Provençal style. Number 13. Évora, Portugal. Besides being a UNESCO World Heritage Site with beautiful ancient buildings everywhere, Évora is a wonderful place to live. Although not yet as famous as it should be among foreigners, this calm town is safe, charming, and with its own personality. Moreover, it has several public hospitals, along with private ones that offer a wide range of medical care. Plus, it boasts one of the oldest public universities in the country, which gives the town a youthful feel. In general, Évora is slowly opening up to the modern globalized world, while keeping its traditions strong. As it's a much cheaper area than Lisbon, yet so near it, many have come to see it as a potential new home. Number 12. Lucca, Italy. Lucca is a beautiful, walled medieval town with a city-like feel. It has an enviable geographic location just 45 miles from Florence, about an hour from the Tuscan beaches in one direction and an hour from skiing resorts in the other. With a lower cost of living and a slower pace of life, Lucca is the perfect place for those looking to enjoy a quaint life at a relaxed pace. Plus, Lucca is not as overrun by tourists all year round, even if it's near to Florence. Moreover, it's an ideal place to invest in real estate. However, it isn't always easy to find a house within the Renaissance walls of Lucca, but it's still possible to find a suitable property. The surrounding countryside is perfect for spring and summer living as well. Number 11. Leuven, Belgium. Like most other Belgian towns, Leuven is known for its beautiful architecture, but the highlight of Leuven is its atmosphere, which is youthful and vibrant because of its student population. It's home to one of the oldest European universities, founded in the 15th century. It also hosts many fairs, markets, concerts, music fests, and sports competitions, keeping the vibe in the town lively. Another advantage of living here is property and rent prices are generally cheaper in Leuven than its big city counterparts, thus catering to the student crowd. However, lower living costs come with steep competition, so it's vital to do your research early before moving here. Number 10. Český Krumlov, Czech Republic. This medieval town in the Czech Republic is like something straight out of a fairy tale. A castle clings to the cliffside, cobblestone streets wind past the colorful facades of shops and restaurants where flowers drip out of windows, and a brilliant blue river meanders through the center. Plus, it's designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's also compact that you can walk through the entire Old Town in less than 20 minutes. It's also a town with the highest density of restaurants, bars, coffee shops in Czech. Additionally, the cost of living in this town is very low, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the outskirts of this town is approximately $400 per month. Number 9. Füssen, Germany. Füssen has a beautiful old town with a fairy tale-like world-famous castle, a well-preserved city wall, a city park, a water reservoir, and many picturesque lakes and hiking trails through the wonderful nature. The region also offers a top-class range of events whole year round. Internationally renowned musicians can be heard here during the summer season in its Baroque surroundings. The romantic Old Town Center and the numerous lakes that surround the town provide an atmospheric backdrop for traditional festivals and unusual sporting events. On the downside, the average cost of living here is very high and accommodation is very expensive. On average, monthly rent for a one-bedroom furnished Airbnb type apartment is 1,800 euros, which is around $2,000. Number 8. Calitri, Italy. Calitri is a town situated in the province of Avellino, Italy. It's approximately 530 meters above sea level, so even on the hottest day, it's generally breezy. The town is surrounded by lush green fields and forests along rolling hillsides, offering great opportunities to wander off and take in the untouched scenery. It's unspoiled Italy at its finest, with classic building designs, fine wines, and delicious food. The cost of living is very affordable here. For only $20,000, one can purchase a small unrestored house or apartment, while those looking to live modern in classic Italy can opt for the restored luxury models for around $60,000. Number 7. Ronda, Spain. If you're considering a move to Spain and want to live in a culturally rich environment away from big cities, a move to Ronda is a great choice. The town is a step back in time with an amazing collection of historic architecture. One of its most iconic ruins is the Arabic bathhouse, which was built in the 14th century. The center of town can get filled with tourists, so most residents want to avoid the center during the high season, opting for local tapas, bars, and restaurants. Furthermore, it can be a great base to explore the Mediterranean side of Spain because major beach cities like Malaga and Marbella are only 1 hour drive away. Number 6. St. Gilgen, Austria. St. Gilgen is a wonderfully charming town on the shore of Lake Wolfgang, just 30 minutes drive away from the city of Salzburg. Surrounded by mountains, this tiny and relatively quiet Austrian town is a popular summer retreat for many city dwellers. And like everywhere else in Austria, this idyllic town is not without its bursts of cultural heritage. It is often promoted as the Mozart Village due to its connections with Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. But bear in mind, since the town is located directly on one of the most picturesque lakes in Europe, living here can be very expensive. But then again, people who want to live in a tiny picturesque town will do well in St. Gilgen. Number 5. Bled, Slovenia. Bled is a town located on Lake Bled in the northwestern region of Slovenia. It has become a major tourist attraction and honeymoon destination due to its undeniable beauty. It's the perfect destination for the outdoorsy adventurer with alpine climbing, horseback riding, kayaking, fishing, and even skiing. It's a quiet little town of medieval, Gothic, and Renaissance buildings, and streets overflowing with great cafes and restaurants. Plus, it's super easy to get here from the nearby city of Ljubljana. On the downside, accommodation in this area is very scarce, and one cannot simply get a freestanding private house here. But nevertheless, there are several hostels and Airbnb type apartments that offer monthly packages with all amenities. Number 4. Colmar, France. Colmar is a well-renowned town for its pastel-colored, half-timbered houses and bridge-laced canals. The region where the town is located has been under both France and Germany, and as a result, the culture has a mixed blend between both of them. While visually striking, Colmar is far from quiet. one can expect a rich and varied social life where activities turn around with its local festivals and a vibrant foodie scene. Restaurants, bars, and cafes line the main pedestrian-only avenue which follows the twists and turns of the Central Canal. What's more, finding accommodation in Colmar will not be difficult as there's a wide choice of places to stay for any budget. Number 3. Girona, Spain. In the heart of Catalonia, Girona is a small city with a town-like feel and a wealth of historical interest. Its medieval architecture and walled old town are complemented by fascinating museums and world-class gourmet dining. Those who chose to move here are attracted by the more competitive prices and the advantages of a small city that offers a high standard of living and good transport connections. It's also one of the regions with the highest per capita income, so most of the people who wish to settle here try to set up their own business. Additionally, the people of Girona are warm-hearted, and if you take interest in their local culture, they will make you feel like one of them. Number 2. Delft, Netherlands. Delft is more than 750 years old and has historically been linked to the Dutch royal family. It's located in the province of South Holland in between the cities of The Hague and Rotterdam. It's proving to be a popular option for people wanting to live in a more tranquil lifestyle with easy access to the larger cities. Overall, Delft is in essence a miniature version of Amsterdam with the same pretty canals and stately canal houses. All in all, it's particularly popular with young families seeking a quieter and more spacious home environment. Number 1. Lucerne, Switzerland. Lucerne is a compact town-like small city in Switzerland, known for its preserved medieval architecture, sitting amid snow-capped mountains on Lake Lucerne. German is most widely spoken by the native residents, but it's also normal to communicate in English. The town is relatively small enough to retain that cozy atmosphere, but the churn of visitors gives it an unmistakable big city buzz. With so much to offer, it attracts residents from all over the world who have strived to build homes that complement the incredible natural scenery and respect the heritage of generations. Its size also helps keep transport costs down, as most places are easily accessible. While living costs are very high, it's typically cheaper than in Zurich or Geneva.